you can call the number on the screen, 1-246-236-7000. Okay, feel free to call that number as well. Now, Mr. Franklin, before we close, I'm sure you've been hearing that is it the workers at the NIS, they will be having half day tomorrow because there is some meeting with the NUPW workers there. Are you, did you hear anything about that?
I've been hearing a lot of things. I've been hearing, starting from the beginning, that after they have completed everything, the government shut down NIS there last week, carried the people up to some church or somewhere to, out of the walk, to tell them about their plans that are already legislated. This is everything in reverse. Government does never does anything right. You are consult. You are telling me about what we have done, but they should be telling people this is what we intend to do, so they could have gotten input from the people who actually work the system. You know, no, and no, and you could never follow the suit. They saying that they have a meeting now after the legislation was passed, and they brought in national insurance people to their members. No, they were part of they were invited to be part of the group that they had. They should have come back to their members and said, look, this is what the government has put to us. No, they sat down and keep it quiet, keep it silent. A union is the agent for its members. As
Mm-hmm.
an agent, you are supposed to report back. You are not supposed to hold things secret from the workers that pay you. If you were my agent, I send you to do a job for me. And when you come back from doing the job, and I ask you what happened, you say, I can't tell you, I would fire you. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what needs to be done to NUPW right now. Somebody needs to fire them. They're after the fact. They're coming out and trying to. Like, I saw something. Sorry that BW now is going to speak and they consult with their membership. Could the general secretary of BW is a member of the house.
Mm-hmm.
She should have been there telling her workers up front, this is what they're proposing. No, but they kept it secret. They kept it so secret that they did it a Friday evening after work when the boy didn't be looking, so that it will pass and people tired. Nobody even know that the house meeting. And then they would have gone to the Senate the Wednesday. But you remember that Monday and Tuesday were bank holidays. They were moving in the slide. They didn't want people to know. They wanted to spring these things on you, and when you finish, they say, "Oh, it's done already." And the unions, major unions, not Unity Workers Union,
Mm-hmm.
assisted them. The union now seems to be an agent for the government, both NUPW and BWU. They are acting more in the interest of the government than in the interest of the people who pay them. So anything that they're doing now is a waste of time. What the people should be doing, I tell them already. I'm not saying to come and join me. If you want it, that's your business.
Well,
Uh,
Kimar told them the night you weren't here. Kimar told all of them, go and withdraw your membership and go and join Caswell Union. You weren't
no,
here,
no,
but that's
but
what
Excuse me,
Kimar told
guys.
them.
Marcia, Caswell, guys, I gotta go right now.
Yes,
Very
Jamal, it's a
busy
pleasure.
guy. So
And
thank you for inviting me on the show, guys. For sure,
yes,
for sure. I really, really appreciate it. I really
and we hope
appreciate
to
it.
see you on Saturday
Okay,
if
for
you
sure.
can.
Definitely,
Yes,
definitely.
okay, all right. God bless.
All right.
Bye bye. Yes.
I'm saying to them, even if you don't want to come and join me because you have a problem with me or something, so you should not be throwing your money behind them. $26 to buy a chicken. Go and buy a chicken rather than get to them. They are deceiving you. They are cooperating with the government, and the government is not an employer of any decency. They are treating people worse than some of these same private sector employers that we complain about. But you see, the thing is, the labor department can't go after the government because the chief labor officer going after the government. The chief labor officer looking for work.
Mm.
So workers in the government work in horrendous conditions, and some of these unions sit back and don't say anything or pretend to be um, lip service after the fact. My members highlighted a situation last week and the week before where they were working in polyclinics in awful conditions. And then NUPW turned up. After the fact, when everything was being settled, they want to be part of the meeting where they can now come and say, oh, we consulted with the government and we get action taken. I tell them I'm not meeting with them. And I told the minister I'm not meeting with them. So if you want me to meet with them and go along, but you're not meeting with me and them. But they were asked to leave the meeting and go and come back another time. But these people are not acting in the best interest. We have the leadership of the two unions, these two major unions, firmly in the back pocket of the Bowers Labour Party, and they are doing nothing to rock the boat. You can't serve two masters, and they are attempting to serve two masters, and that is the problem. One will suffer, and the one that is suffering is the workers. When government finish with them, they discard them. These politicians don't only use you for a time, and then they will come back to the unions looking for respectability and all that kind of stuff. It won't happen. The workers need to stand up. The workers need to stop pretending that the union is that NUPW and BW is working in their interest. They are not. They're clearly not doing so. If there were, there would have not been a unity workers union, because unity workers union came out of a situation where the workers at the airport said that these people telling me, we need somebody to help us. I just gotten fired from NUPW for the third time, and so they asked me if I would form a union to represent them, and that's where it started. So we started with a need, people being sold out by the union, and the workers can take it no more. More
So
people
this meeting tomorrow that they're having, what do you think is going to happen? Because it's a union that's conducting the meeting, right?
Yeah, but that's after the fact. They should have been having meetings before these things came out, because they were privy to the information. As a matter of fact, I told you they invited me to the meeting, but they won't give me the papers. So I said, but if you don't give me papers, then I can't anywhere. You imagine you invite me to a meeting to discuss proposals, but you don't want me to see the proposals before you get there. They had them though. The other unions had them. But they won't give it to me because they know that I can bring them out and tell the workers, this is what the government asked me to do. Because I will not keep secret information that my workers should have. I take instructions from the workers and not the other way around. I don't instruct them anywhere. I take instructions from them. And then if the instructions that they give me, and I say, well, look, no, that can't work because of A, B, and C. But I don't talk down and tell them, you got to do the A, you got to do B, you got to do C. And unfortunately, this is what's happening in the other unions. Last salary revision, the union put in proposals without telling the workers what they're asking for them. You know what I mean? So the unions have gone off track. Those major unions have gone off track. And I think they're not coming back. Not with the current actors. They are completely
the BWU they met today, and we don't know. I guess it was a closed meeting. We don't know anything that happened. You because I know how things can drop on your desk. Anything dropped on your desk about that meeting that they had?
Well, I was too busy today. I had a lot of meetings, so I didn't get my usual sources to drive past me, let blow off the truck. But it will blow. So just get a little time.
A little time. Somebody who came to give some money from the march, he's from BWU, and he's telling me he was cursing. He was so angry. And he said he sent the show to so many other members, and they're upset, and they're going to withdraw the membership, and he can't wait to get to the meeting. And so, anybody have anything, and it can blow. Let's have a blow off the truck over on this side.
Sure.
Go ahead, Heather.
No, I was saying, sure. Let's hear what happened during the meeting.
during the
I wouldn't
meeting.
mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind hearing. Yeah.
But the thing about it, it's how this show, Caswell, this show, it has the people so fired up, the union leaders watching the show, the politicians watching the show, and they're trying to fix things. Every day you get up, you see something else, because their intention was to just continue, just move along with this.
But Marcia,
Their
I'll tell you
intention.
something. I don't think I told you before, but right now they're asking me how I could get involved with you. I don't, I I have never heard about Marcia Weeks not being a undesirable person, but they want to all of a sudden tarnish your name, drag you through the mud because you have opened up an avenue for people to hear what is going on in their country and to express their views to show they don't like them. So are public enemy number one. Thankfully, you are.
I heard that they were, in certain high places. A friend of mine, she contacted me. She was so worried. Marcia, don't say this thing tonight and don't do that, because I'm in some places and I heard this. A wonderful friend of mine, and she cares about me. But Heather and Mr. Franklin, I made up my mind long ago. Last year, August, I told my husband, I'm done with this country. I want to leave. And I obviously, God spoke to me. I had a work to do here, and I made up my mind. And I'm like an Esther. If I perish, I perish. I have nothing to lose. You hear what I tell you? I am. Oh, listen, God said He is the opposition. He gonna oppose them. All right. And we are given how God is gonna oppose them. It is through us. It's through Heather. It's through Franklin. Mr. Franklin was doing such an amazing job. It's through Lynette. It's through all of us when we get out there on the march on Saturday. You know what? It's all of us. It's all of us that is being used to be that voice of the people. And they say, oh, they're not the voice of the people. Somebody said in some high places. I wouldn't say where it was said. That's not the voice of the people. That is some political party. Really, they're going to find out. They're gonna find out. They're messing around and they're gonna find out, right? Because there's a day of reckoning that is coming, and I think the Bajan people they have woken up. The giant is up. They go and they poo poo on the thing. They put jobby on the giant. They walk on the giant. They spit on the giant. They do because the giant was sleeping. Franklin, the giant was sleeping. But you see now that the giant up and awake, you're gonna see what's gonna happen on Saturday, and they're shaking in their boots. They are scrambling. They are worried. That's why all of these unions are quickly meeting with the people, because they're scared they're gonna lose them, right? And the politicians, those MPs, they are worried because on this show, what we tell you, we say pressure the MPs, pressure your union, yeah. And they are worried, and they are worried. And Saturday, you're going to see what is going to happen out there on Saturday, because the people are ready. They are ready. They are woken up. And that we don't mind Mr. Franklin, what name they're gonna call us. At least Heather is in New York. Heather can get away, Mr. Franklin.
I don't know if that will happen.
I'll tell you something. I ain't going nowhere. I don't. My passport expired because I have not even renewed it since 2019. So trust me when I tell you, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't running nowhere. I'm right here. I was born here. I had opportunities to
Exactly.
work elsewhere. I remember the same NUPW sent me overseas to training session. And when the training session finished, the people offered me job because I apparently it was outstanding. I don't know. So they said. And I said, well, I don't mind working for you, but I don't have to work in the Barbados office. And I'm serious. I ain't going nowhere. I have a lot of respect for people who travel overseas and seek their fortunes and whatever else and make things. That is not me. Even my children, they're out there. I have a son in Bali. He's an entrepreneur, so he's all the outside of the world. Right now, is 9:44 p.m. It's 9:44 a.m. out there, and he is working. So I don't have a problem with people going there and breaking their fortunes. But I said that person is not me. My thing is here. I told you just now that I got fired 3 times from NUPW, 3 times, and each time I found my way back into representing workers. So
Mm,
I suspect, and people might tell me, "Oh, you sound like a preacher." No, what? I think it's where God wants me to be, and
mm-hmm.
I do not want to be in a situation where I end up in the real guts because God wants me to do something, I go and something else. So I keeping up the real guts. I am doing the Lord's work.
Amen. Amen, Brother Franklin. I tell you, I love it. I love it. I love it. And let me just say to those of you who are watching, remember, now this is we're a team and we've accomplished so much. I'm going to ask Heather before we close off the show. She had a beautiful post. Heather, I love your post today. And you were chronicling all that has happened since we started about what, 2 weeks ago,
Okay,
right?
that one. Okay.
Yes, so hold you find it, but let me ask the people. I'm gonna ask you guys. We need some water servers. You saw me last time trying to lift those that bag of water, trying to make sure people are hydrated because I don't want people to fall down like the NCF thing where the little children and fall down and fainting. We don't treat people that way. We have cold water for them and make sure that everybody good and feel sweet and irie. All right. So when we want you, if you want to help with serving water out there, because we do have some elderly people out there and it might be hot, please come early and identify yourself. You want to serve water, okay? If you want to help to marshal, you want to help to marshal to keep the crowd in line and work with the police. The police is our friend. We're asking you to come early as well, and we just ask you to wear something red. Oops. Sorry, I said red. But you know what? To wear something red around your neck. We're not promoting the BLP. We're not promoting any party because somebody might see us out there, Caswell, and think we are the BLP party and accuse us of promoting the BLP party. But we're not promoting any party, but we're asking everybody. That's what they wore the last time. Wear something red. Just a red scarf around the neck if you are going to be, or something tie on your hand so people know people know that you are there to help. All right. And then, importantly, we need about 3 or 4 persons that will have a copy of the petition, and you are moving around the crowd and also along the sidewalks to get the signatures for the petition. We On that day we should get so many signatures. Some people who are lining the street, and we so come and tell me, come early, get there at 9:30, right? And you identify yourself, and we to say what you want to how you want to help. All right. And then the last thing, share the flyers, share the videos. We're going to do our best to share them out. Check the Marcia Week Show Facebook page. We're going to share them out. And we ask you to share and share and share and share. Send them via WhatsApp. Go to the Facebook and send it by by messenger, and personally invite people out. Put people in your car. Don't assume that people are going to come back up there. I know, they ask for it. They're the ones who ask for it. But they, you don't want them not to show up, right? So you want to make sure whatever you did last week, you're gonna double that effort. Double the effort. Okay? We see people, these flyers and stuff you see that I put up here, they're donated. People just make the stuff and send them to me, right? So you do what you need to do to make sure that people are out there on Saturday, right? And that it is great. The people say they want another color. Listen, it's just a color. It just a color. It don't mean anything. But all right, you want a different color, Mr. Franklin? The people say don't wear the marshals not to wear red. I don't understand. They wore red the last time. What do you want them to wear, Mr. Franklin? What you say, General? What you say?
Um, get an armband.
An armband.
Yeah, yeah. Something about an
Okay.
arm that would signify that they are with us, but they have an official role to perform.
They are, but they're gonna. Okay. So we will scrap that. We will scrap that. What listen? Why you are so petty? Anyway, we will scrap that. we will scrap that, and we will do something else. Okay, we will do another color around here, because we for our marches for the children, we always wear the marshals wear something red. Okay, so they say black. They want black. And listen, guys, remember, if you have your Bajan flags, bring the Bajan flags, right? This is all about Barbados, not about Mr. Franklin. This is about Barbados. Okay, so bring the Barbados flag, or we are going to have our truck driver who is giving us a great concession on the truck that we use. He will have flags available for sale, and we want to help out a black brother, right? And the flags are $10 for this size, the large size, and $5 for the smaller one. So you can bring that out and support him, because he's helping us by not charging us a full rate for the truck. Okay. Somebody said we use petty hands, right? Okay. So and they're saying all different colors can be used, but not that color. All right. Okay. So so folks, that's it for me in terms of any announcements. Let me hear Heather, and then Mr. Franklin will have the final word to us. Go ahead, Heather.
Okay, it was the petition update, August 15th, 2023, and it was entitled Perseverance Seldom Fails. Something is happening. In 2 weeks, this movement has not only started a national conversation about the NIS funds, it has also delivered a successful march in Bridgetown. However, this was not all. We forced the senators to delay the passing of the bill that outlines the new structure of the NIS being a corporation. We caused the newspapers to carry articles about the proposed changes. We even caused the PM to react, asking for the private sector's support. The silence of the two larger trade unions was deafening. However, our boisterous chatter and action also caused the NUPW's leadership to react, even though by his response it was apparent that he did not want to offend the government. We have heard that the BWU will be having a meeting later today. It is now apparent that we have become an inspiration for another entity that is being disadvantaged to start a petition, Savvy on the Beach. It does not stop there. It now seems that the awakening that was started by the Montgomery, Alabama brawl has sailed into Barbados. The outrage that has been festering about the QEH is now set to take off with a life of its own. The administration cannot be happy. Wherever they turn from now on, there will be turmoil. This time, gimmicks and giveaways in the form of books for primary school children will not work. Yesterday, the announcement that US $40 million will leave Barbados annually added insult to injury, as no further explanations have been given on the investments. I believe that we are on the cusp of a new emancipation. Things will get worse. However, we the people are nearing the point of no return, and there will be no turning back. Be encouraged that a new dawn is coming. We will persevere. Continue to share this position as though your life and the lives of your future generations depend on it. That's it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And over
And
to Mr.
no,
Franklin, the very last word.
it doesn't appear to depend on it. It does.
All right.
It actually depends on it.
Okay.
You know, Barbados have to wake up and take matters into their own hands, because the people that we entrusted to look for our best interests have other best interests, and it is not ours. The unions have discredited themselves. The political parties that should be telling their leaders, no, this is not what we want, they have failed us. And I suspect, it's a lot of PR and a lot of gimmicks that they use to make people believe that they're popular. They're not popular one to one. They go on Instagram and do everything else and Facebook, all the platforms, and they pollute the space with their nonsense. But they're not doing it in the best interest. They're doing it for themselves. I would be very happy if I didn't have to come out here and speak up because the government was doing everything good, but they're not. At one stage, I decided, look, I am not going to get involved with this thing. I'm going to let things happen because it's obvious. It seems to me that the people having put the Barbados Party in office twice with 30 seats each time, say to me that's what they want. But every day, and I'm not exaggerating or anything like that, every day, people will see me and say, Caswell, but you're not speaking up, we're not hearing you. And I said, well, this is what you wanted. What do you want me to speak about? But this national insurance issue, I could not stay silent. That put the fire back in me because I tell you, this is people saying, oh, this is our lifeline, and it sounds like a little slogan and stuff. It is not just a slogan, it is a fact. Too many people in Barbados, if not for national insurance, will have nothing. And we cannot allow the government to destroy it. We cannot allow the government to feather their nest, feather other people's nest out of national insurance. And because the political parties, both of them are complicit in the destruction of the NIS, that they're not speaking up. The Democratic Labour Party, they had a press conference. I said, but let them force them out to a press conference and they speak up. They speak up. Why did they not have their own march or something to that effect? You want to know why? They help take the money for national insurance. Look, easiest thing to do, apologize for your past errors and move on and say, well, we were wrong. But what these people are doing doesn't make, because we were wrong, what these people are doing don't make them right now too. Acknowledge your mistakes and move forward. And the Democratic Labour Party stayed away from the people's movement because they want to be seen to be them doing it. They don't realize that they should take a leaf out of the mayor's book. Mayor hijacked the unions with the assistance of the private sector because she was for the private sector when she was in opposition to get rid of the most progressive tax that we had, NSRL, because the merchants didn't want it. And political parties, she was out front in the march. Where was the Democratic Labour Party and all of this? Fighting among themselves? We don't need them to be fighting among themselves. We need them to be fighting for us. They don't have a seat in Parliament, but how do you expect to get one? By standing there so and grumble and decide that you don't want this body belief and I want this body belief and all kind of stuff. And most of the people that are running for leadership don't deserve to lead anything. They don't deserve to lead a procession of ants. But they think too highly of themselves and they're not standing up for the people of this country either. They need to come out here if they want to be the government next time around. They have to come out and show people that they're committed to the people of this country.
I totally agree with you, sir. Continue,
They're
sorry.
They are not. They are just looking to see when I get into power, what I can get my 2 terms, and I can get my pension too, and I can get my pension at age 50. That is what politics is all about in Barbados now. Everybody looking for a pension. If you canvass any of the politicians in the House now, they will tell you, oh, I can get my 2 terms. That's what they're talking about, you know. All of them looking out for their 2 terms. They're looking out for themselves. They're not looking out for the best interests of Barbadians. And they're not looking out for the best interests of the people who elect them. They're serving other masters. The Democratic Labour Party was the government of Barbados, and I think they want to be government again. But they will not become the government if they concentrate their efforts on each other. I'm not canvassing for them, and I don't want them to run the party. But while they are doing this, they are allowing the government to get away with nonsense. The government now has a free hand